there is a software that I found called OmniFocus. Now, OmniFocus is amazing. Amazing. OmniFocus works off of the David Allen system, and I'm going to just really quickly show you what this looks like. So within this system, you've got an inbox, and his line of thinking is that anything, everything, you just have to brain dump into the inbox. So I have this on my phone, I have it on my iPad, I have it here on my computer. I'm driving down the road and I get this thought. Like I get a moment of clarity as I'm kind of thinking about a particular plan that I'm building for our pricing strategy. I'll turn this on, and I can use the voice recorder, and I'll actually just enter a to-do item in my inbox. It's really easy. I just hit the plus, I hit the microphone, and I say set up appointment with Targi to discuss forecasting model for pricing inventory homes. Then I hit it. Now, it's cloud-based, and so my phone talks to the computer, talks to my iPad, it's all the same information. Now, when I come in the next morning for my quad 2 time, which is sacrosanct, it's sacred, I have in my inbox, I have all of these things. Now, some of these things are, David Allen would say, if they take 2 minutes or less, you just do them right then. So if I've set aside an hour to clean out my inbox, that's really not the right language. The right language would be, I'm going to take an hour and process this data. I'm going to place it. I'll place it in one of three ways. One, if it takes 2 minutes or less, I'm just going to do it. So if it's send an email or make that call, I'm just going to do it. Now, you can actually categorize these in lots of different ways, and you'll notice when I click here, I can assign it to a project. So I've got here where we're doing a SWOT analysis of our sales process. So I can come in here and actually place it and assign it to a certain project over on this side. I can create a context for it so that I can sort by context. Now, what this means is that, just a sec, buddy, sorting by context. Okay, just a sec. Oh my goodness. Okay, just a sec, buddy. You want to be in my video here? So context, I would set in context if I'm going to be running errands, if I'm going to be, go downstairs, my man. If I'm going to be running errands, if I'm going to be out and about, if I want to see everything I need to do while I'm gone, I could assign these various items here the context of errands. And then when I leave, I could just sort by context, errands, and I see the whole list. If it's phone calls, if I know that, look, I've got like 30 phone calls to make, and every time I enter one in here, I assign the context of phone call. Then if I set up in my schedule 30 minutes to make phone calls, I can sort this by filter and see exactly where those are. So that's what that is. The filter I think I'm going to use the most is going to be 2 minutes or less. And that way I can pull up my list of 2 minutes or less and just knock it out. Now, one thing I want to show you here. Let's just say that I decide that I want to create a new project. Now, notice here I actually created one, and so that you see the way this works, I'm going to delete it out and do it again. So I work for Tom. My name's Greg, and I'm thinking I want to create. I'm going to create. No, let's see. I'm gonna make an Ogden PR campaign, and this is for the building department, kind of like what we talked about. And so now what I can do is when I'm in the inbox, I can start to create things that would fit in there. So driving down the road and get this thought, and I enter it on my phone, or else I'm at my computer, and I can say, well, I need to set an appointment with Abe to discuss video testimonials, and that's going to go oh, get that in a second. And so I'm going to save that. Again, this is a place you just want to brain dump. You know, another one that I'm going to do is I'm going to oh, there's a lady in our department. She was talking about the program Hootsuite. So I want to research this on YouTube. And the reason that Hootsuite's really cool because it's a program that allows you to pre-populate all of your social media posts. So I can go in there and build out 2 weeks of social media posts, and they can hit Facebook at the right times and the right ways. Maybe as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, you know what? I want to go and look at Ogden Facebook groups, and I'm going to reach out to them and invite them in for a meeting to see how they could help me with this and we could help them with this. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to go research Ogden Facebook groups. And really all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up Facebook and I'm going to put in the search, I'm going to put Ogden. and then it'll bring up any Facebook page based on how active it is that has anything to do with Ogden Research. Now check this out. So I've got Hootsuite. I've got all these three things. Do you see that? And so I can select them all, or I can do this individually, but I'm going to drag those into Ogden PR. Now notice when I come over here and I click on this, these are all these are set up as individual action items. Now I can go in here and I want to assign, let's see, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to open up what's called the inspector, and this is where I can actually say, okay, so this is set an appointment. I want to have that done by the 16th at we'll say 12 p.m. I don't want anyone to call me at that time, so I'm going to assign an actual timeline to it. So I start to build out specific action items that are associated with each of these things. Now notice if I come over here and I just click on what's due, this has what's due for me right today, and you'll notice actually I've got two that are overdue for yesterday. But this one here, for example, is due tomorrow. I could actually filter this any way that I wanted. I mean, I could filter it by start date, estimated start date. I could come up here and sort it by looking at project context. I can actually assign flags to these items. I could do all of these things. Now, so for me, I come over to projects and I spend time every morning building out my plans, build out all these plans. And then once I do that, then I have specific times in the day that I've set up just to get the crap processed. To do that, I'll come over here to do, and I'll go through everything that's due today. And if it takes longer than 2 minutes, I'll actually set it into one of these projects. The other thing that I do a lot of is just coming here to the inbox and just knocking off these items. So for example, let me see if I've got any update. You know, I actually, nope. I haven't accomplished any of those, but let's just say that I have a new one, and it's called test. So you'll notice like down here, I'm gonna delete these right here. Give me 1 second. So down here I've got test. I put a check mark in there, and it actually lines out the task, and it'll archive it. It'll take it off my list, but it's still kind of running in the background. And the idea there is that later I can come back and I have some verification that I accomplished that thing. You can add notes to any of these things. I mean, this can get as robust as you want, but it's really, really an amazing tool. It's called OmniFocus. If you get it on a desktop, it's $40. If you get it on an iPhone or an Android, it's $20. If you get it on an iPad or some kind of a tablet, $20. I highly recommend it. So again, we've got Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, specifically Habit 3. I challenge you to get looking into that. I would challenge you to get really into the power of full engagement, and I know that you'll also love getting things done. And that's it. So thanks again. I enjoyed today. It's a great experience, and I'll chat with you all soon.